This presentation outlines a different kind of an opportunity for a very conscious audience that has developed post-COVID era. This presentation outlines three things. The first is, what is the opportunity? What do we need to avail this opportunity? And the third is, how do we execute it? The world is changing, as you know. It has changed tremendously. The impact is on the people. They're tired, they're broken, children have mental health challenges, and they are looking for a different experience altogether, which is not provided conventionally. This presentation is not about Project Eternity, but just want to explain what we do. Project Eternity is a massive futuristic eco-village, an ecosystem being developed in India, in the foothills of the Himalayas. We blend Eastern wisdom and Western philosophies of business and innovation to create a tremendous, conscious experience that is aligned with the age of Aquarius. Now let's understand the opportunity. You see, the hotels and Airbnbs were created for a different class of customers. For example, the swanky hotels cater to, the wealthy, the corporates, and typically business people. Airbnb ultimately evolved into kind of a family experience as well. But there is a separate class of audience that is looking for things that is kind of hybrid and that is not available in the market, which only Ecovillages can provide. The shift that is happening among this kind of audience is a conscious way of living, learning life skills, being with nature, living and working remotely, exploring, and then evolving. They have to be part of a community, or at least they want to be part of a conscious community, but they cannot leave work. So they'll have to work remotely for sure. And this audience exists, and that is the opportunity. Now, this audience will need to go to eco-villages, but the eco-village model also needs to change going forward to cater to this audience, because this audience will probably stay for a month, maximum 2 months, and then they are going to go back to their home or to their work. So which means, to cater to this audience, certain changes need to be made. So let's talk about some of the details over here, which is, to cater to this audience, we believe that this audience needs one room with the internet facility. That is fundamental because they work remotely. Providing them 3 meals a day is an absolute kind of a requirement, and then introducing them to the skill of cooking and conscious cooking, and engaging them, creating that inclusion so that they feel loved and find that work-life balance. Now this is actually the changes to the experience the Ecovillages need to provide. And I don't think it is a difficult job at all. So let's look at the revenue model right now. We felt, based on our experience after speaking with hundreds of people and hundreds of families, a family of 4 would be able to pay somewhere between $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So which means if they stay for a month or so, you can multiply that amount. But if you scale it to 3 families, that is when a good amount of money can be made by the Ecovillage, and $50,000 to $100,000 extra, which is profitable, could be a really good opportunity. Now the question is, will this work? Well, I believe that it should work. And the biggest reason I feel it should work is because this audience always travels with their children, but they want a richer experience going forward. They spend money on hotels, Airbnbs, food at restaurants, on, on gas, and the cost of experience. It's actually quite a lot. Now, what typically happens is that money goes towards the big companies, like the gas companies. It goes towards, Marriott and Hilton and the food companies. So there is a money flow. What we need to do is to shift that money and offer that experience so that money shifts from the corporate companies like the hotels and Airbnbs and moves towards the eco-villages. Now the question is it going to be easy? Well, nothing is going to be easy, but can we together create a revolution, an entirely different economy, away from mainstream, but still has the qualities of mainstream? Absolutely. For example, the biggest challenge is to get customers, and that's where Project Eternity can help. Why? Because we only focus on the customer network that exists, that work for big companies, the wealthy, who are looking to leave a large legacy, and their requirements are different. For example, the parents or the families, they are very business conscious as well with regards to their school or their career or even their progress. It is very hard to just bring students into, or the current generation into, an eco-village and they're going to be extremely happy. It wouldn't happen. So we have to build a virtual model to even cater to that kind of an audience. For example, teaching them spirituality or having conscious programs, helping those students evolve. That is what creates that experience these families need, and these families are happy to spend that amount of money easily. So, as they start referring customers, what really happens is we can take the same family and then move them through select eco-villages that offer that experience. We suggest that we get on the phone and explain how we want to develop the model together, where eco-villages offer that experience on the physical space, but on the virtual space, there are a couple of things that Project Eternity can deliver as well, and together we can all create a very conscious revolution away from mainstream. Our details are available on our website www.eternity.eco, but we suggest that we have a discussion, or you can just email us at connect@eternity.eco.